Well, hi blog fans. Um, like the glasses this time. I was yesterday. I was out and about living my life, just minding my own business, and meanwhile the blog goes on. It has a life of its own, and people show up and they talk about whatever the current topic is, and they got really carried away talking about two subjects yesterday, which are both of the subjects are things I don't want to talk about, and they spent a lot of time talking about it. The number one thing I don't want to talk about is the 9/11 conspiracy theory. A man was hired at the University of Wisconsin, where I teach at the law school, to teach a course on an introductory course on Islam, and he totally believes this 9/11 conspiracy theory. Now, and I just did a little I did a kind of a longish post that got a lot of links and brought a lot of traffic to the blog yesterday, that just kind of did a play-by-play of his little appearance the previous night on Hannity and Colmes, which, you can see the clip on the blog and so on. Now, I did not mean to start the topic of whether the conspiracy theory is true, but some of his supporters showed up on my blog and started arguing the merits of the theory. Well, the last thing I'm going to do is argue the merits of the theory. I don't think the theory should be getting this attention. I don't like giving it any more attention, but I don't like that this is happening at my university. It's very disturbing to me. But the comments, and it's way over 300 comments now, got taken over by people who were showing up making points about the the theory, talking people who don't know engineering, don't know physics, show up and make arguments that they've patched together from Lord knows where they got them. And then other people engaged with them and started saying, some of those people actually were engineers and did bring some physics and some engineering substance to the conversation, but then they were engaging with the theory, giving it more attention. I mean, it's sort of like, why don't we talk about theories about aliens? Or my personal favorite is the theory that there are mermaids in Lake Mendota. I want people to start taking that seriously. If you take it seriously, you're already giving it more credit than it deserves. That's my position on that. But people were saying, oh, well, the people in the physics department or the engineering department of the University of Wisconsin ought to be coming forward and disproving the conspiracy theory. And I was saying, well, I can see why these people don't want to spend their time doing that. If someone comes up with some crazy legal theory, I'm not going to devote my work time to discounting some ridiculous, maybe aliens wrote the Constitution. You ever think about that? We could talk about that. The other thing so that's where that post went. It got way up over 300. Once things get that high, people just want to keep posting. They actually start to think, they would like to make it the post with the most comments ever, or somebody posted to say, oh, I just wanted to post to say that I posted in the longest comments thread ever on Althouse. Actually, it's not the longest comments thread ever. There's one that goes up over 400. I can't remember what it was about. I think it was about gay marriage or some kind of a gay theme, which seems to be the subject that gets the most attention. By the way, I just put up a new post about a poll in Wisconsin that there's an even split there was on yes or no on the ban on gay marriage amendment in the Wisconsin Constitution, and that's a change from it being something like 60-40 fairly recently. So note the trend, note the Wisconsin trend. That's a subject I would like to talk about, but I can't talk that long on the blog, because if I want to put this up to YouTube, I found out last time I had to edit it to get it down to 10 minutes. It can only be 10 minutes, so it's not like a podcast where I can just keep going. I gotta stop at 10. So let me just talk about the one other thing that I wanted to talk about, and that is the other thing that the other thing that I wanted to talk about is the other thing that I don't want to talk about, because see, the subject of this little vlog is things I don't want to talk about, which is of course why I'm talking. That's my Mickey Mouse moment. Did you recognize the allusion to Mickey Mouse? It's green, and I've got the glasses. You see, I've got my brand new leopard skin reading glasses. So the other thing that I don't want to talk about is this Goldstein thing. I don't want to talk about how some woman started ranting and raving and saying the nastiest possible things on Protein Wisdom, Jeff Goldstein's blog. So I just did a post to say I'm not talking about it. And then some people show up to say, well, if you don't want to talk about it, why are you talking about it? And they call me names too. And frankly, I call Jeff names, and Jeff shows up too, to say that we have a history. Yeah, it's true. He was mean to me, so I'm not interested in him. I don't want to read his blog. And if he wants to come over and say, well, I should read the whole darn thing so that I'd be truly informed and I could really engage with, who's the good guy and who's the bad guy here, I'm willing to concede. And I've said, I think Deb Frisch said some terrible things. But the fact is that, as I said in the original post, Jeff Goldstein operates by being pretty hostile and nasty. And, some people, let's see, what did I say? He's under control, and some other people aren't. And, he sort of made his way in the blogosphere by speaking in a very nasty way, sometimes to me, so it minimizes the amount of sympathy I have for him. And if he wants to show up on my blog and say, that I really need to read his blog more so I'll be fully informed about the controversy, sorry, I'm lumping that together with the 9/11 conspiracy theory. I don't need to engage in that. And it's not because I actually think that he was wrong and she was right. I don't think she was right. I'm just not interested in the way people have made the blogosphere nasty. I'd like to, even though I do call him a name, I can't say that I'm all about civil discourse and I'm just trying to make everything lovely. I'm not. So, maybe I'm a hypocrite, maybe whatever. I'm not going to spend my life engaging, getting into the sort of a quicksand of that particular blog dispute. And I'm certainly not going to get into the ridiculous, beyond quicksand, of that 9/11 conspiracy theory, which is just a damn shame it's coming up at my university. Hey, do you notice I'm not in my office here? I actually got so into vlogging, I bought a little eyesight camera for the home setup. So you're actually getting a glimpse into my home. Oh, notice, it's hard to look at the camera, look at the picture, and move around because it doesn't work like a mirror. It's showing you the way you really look. But notice, see the window in the background? Doesn't that make you think that that Coase should show up in the window and start knocking on it, like in that Ned Lamont ad? Well, that's the end.